This is the future.
You know I haven't released the waifu Warframe video yet? Well, it's because of this. I'm still waiting for more changes because, to be honest with you guys, the new Warframe is kind of underwhelming in my opinion. She got interesting abilities, but her power doesn't compete with other similar Warframes at the moment. The waifu Warframe is more of a crowd control expert coupled with movement from some skateboard tricks. However, this doesn't attract players on playing the Warframe, since why would they even bother if it's clunky and underpowered? They could just use a Warframe that gets the job done than insisting to use the waifu Warframe. This is another chance to the frame, and what Digital Extremes did is they introduced a foundational change to Yareli's movement, Marulina dashing. Tap roll / dash. This can be executed in any direction and is effectively a new way to close gaps, or quickly retreat, and alter the direction of Yareli aboard Marulina. This also enhances the way you can traverse vertically with responsive directional input while in the air. They have also made some changes to general Marulina movement by allowing for shorter jumps, and reducing overall jump charge time. You can see how it works in the video, and I think it's a pretty good change overall in terms of movement for the waifu Warframe. But still, I'm not satisfied with movement changes, since using Marulina gets you to lock in just using your secondary weapon. If the developer won't add any power increase to this frame's abilities, then perhaps they should consider letting us use whatever weapon we want while riding our Marulina. This can create more synergy for this Warframe, and since we have something to group enemies, this allows this frame to kill them faster with any weapons we use. This will add some nuking power to the Warframe, or even kill speed with some melee if they just let the players use any weapons while riding that water creature skateboard. Also, they have missed the opportunity in giving the frame move survivability through Marulina. I know the damage mitigation when you are riding Marulina is decent, but they could bring more flair to this ability by adding a feature in which you gain evasion when performing various tricks. That could be fitting for this Warframe. For example, by performing a simple backflip trick, you gain an X amount of evasion for a couple of seconds, which then gets refreshed or increase if you perform another trick. This could be fitting for this Warframe and would make players interested in perfecting the movement of the waifu Warframe. Next, they have done some stat changes. Sea snares now have increased seek speed by about 60% and slightly increase bubble visibility to better register your casts. Also, they have increased the range of Aqua Blades by about 25% and its damage and duration by about 50%, but still no changes on it, saying that it will be affected by range mods. I don't have a problem with this ability though, but I have a suggestion. You see, Aqua Blades will become potent if they will give this ability a stacking damage mechanic. Like, the longer it stays, or the more enemies it hits, the damage gradually increases. It will have a damage build-up meter, and you have the option to throw this weapon into enemies. It's like you keep the ability and hit enemies to build up the damage meter, and if it reaches 1,000,000 damage, then you can throw it to the enemies. I know it will be overpowered, and it will get abused in the Helminth system, but they could make an exception of removing the throw mechanic for Helminth builds. The throwing mechanic will only work with the waifu Warframe, and that allows her to gain the power to compete against those meta DPS frames in the game. Lastly, they have increased the radius of Riptide by 25%. While I don't have any complaints about making this ability bigger since it's better, I do wish that they could somehow remove the ragdoll effect that this ability inflicts on the enemies. This will make Riptide a better ability in terms of grouping enemies, which is one of the best features right now in this horde shooter farming simulator game. The waifu Warframe is getting some love, but will these changes be enough to make you want to play her? If you love my suggestions for this frame, then please do share this in every Warframe social media platforms so Digital Extremes will understand what else is needed for this frame. I will also be sharing this video to Digital Extremes, and I hope some of my ideas will be accepted. If not, then I'm hoping for better changes for this frame in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
Evolution. This is the future.